Alright, I think we're live. Cool. Right. Just gonna check. Audio should be fine, like last time. Didn't change anything. Okay, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. All right, let's continue. Let's see what can we do today. So we are going to be working on level design, trying to create like an interesting maze-like level. It's going to be filled with enemies, and I want to see how to go from a very closed space like this to something more open. Also, there are stealth mechanics, but they're not ready yet. I do want to have some enemies that you need to avoid. Because these are a little bit too easy. There's a drone that is a little bit harder. But not super hard. Okay, let's see. Hey Nico, how's it going? And this weapon is like has this electric damage. Yeah, this drone I need to set it up properly because for some reason it's not hitting the hitbox is somewhere else. Might be a little bit higher, I think. Doing good, thankfully. So, when I get some progress today. I got this wide open area down there. I want to see if I can connect those areas. I'm just gonna send them a grenade or something. Yeah, that's something I need to do. Yeah, weapon is looking totally at the other direction. For some reason the grenades are not working. Okay, here this is an important door. I wanna make this a little bit more noticeable. Something like this. So it's harder to miss. Like that. With some kind of like red lights. That could be nice. Yeah, the crosshair, I need to check that out for sure. It looks very strange that the weapon is pointing at another direction. Let's make this little bit softer. Okay, so it's totally different from what we got. And here I wanna open up the view to a wider area. These are going to be hidden, and this should go a little bit it could be some kind of glass so you can see but cannot go through. That could be nicer. Actually, let's do it like that. I think it's 10 degrees or something like this. Then we can have some kind of window or something. Hey, how's it going? And I want to have like a wider open area so we can make it to this. Okay, we are getting this dust effect in here. We need to add a volume to clean that up. Maybe it's just in editor, let me check. Doing great, trying to get some progress today for my project. I'm gonna be streaming for a couple of hours before a friend comes. Oh yeah, we got a lot of dust. Too much dust. Okay, and we need to hide the landscape as well. So I was thinking, going out that way. from a very tight space to like something very open. I think that's super cool. But it's a very big space, to be honest. Now that you like start playing, it's like, oh, okay, a little bit too big. Oh, wow. Okay, we got heavy rain. My friend is coming in a motorcycle. Damn, I kinda. We need to see. If he doesn't come, I will keep streaming, because it's kinda dangerous. He lives like maybe 2 hours away, so. But you know, rains in Costa Rica, it rains for like 30 minutes and then it stops. Let's make this hidden in game. I appreciate the follow. Let's make this hidden in game, so we can see for now. Yeah, the landscape is gonna be super cool. Like I wanna definitely have some very cool desert. I got some super hardcore a sandstorm right now going on, but I wanna make the weather change a lot. Alright, so we are here. Let me see if I can also hide a little bit of this. Okay, here. I appreciate it. Yeah, making this look cool. I'm so excited about just like laying this down and then just going into details and adding pillars and like pipes and cables. And yeah, I'm very inspired by the Forever Winter. I've been playing that game a lot. Probably it's my favorite game now. I can't believe that. I mean, I'm super proud that my favorite game, it's an indie game. That's very, very nice. I really like that. Alright, so yeah, let's just keep laying some stuff and then we can add some enemies and keep testing. Yeah, level design is a little bit of kind of like, you don't really know until you test it. It's kind of like hard to know if it's working out or not. So here I'm imagining some kind of like catwalks that go around some structure, like very vertical cylinders, some kind of like here in the center of these kind of like empty squares, I want to have some kind of cylinders, so it blocks the view a little bit and restricts the player. It's all about restricting the player view to make things more interesting. You do want to play with that like closed space and open space. That adds a lot of variation. So yeah, let's add some very big cylinders and see what's up. $64 to make it a little bit more round. Also, this structure, this concrete structure, it's too big, it's too heavy, so we need a lot of pillars to hold it. let's say height, I don't know, 5,000. And that's a little bit too big. So let's go radius. To 250. Then I can probably start adding a little bit more of them. Maybe we can have like a six pack. This is cool because it allows me to see through the structure. So I can like maybe shoot some enemies around there, then cover, see some enemies. Maybe we can have like 9 of them. So it creates some kind of like square-like structure. Okay, that looks kind of cool. It's funny, I'm just kind of like coming up with this from imagination. Kind of like trying to think about Batman Arkham Asylum. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but you know, the cool Batman games were from Xbox 360, where there was a lot of verticality, and you can like go stealth or go crazy and like, you know, just fight everybody. And Metal Gear Solid 2, that's that game I really liked. Control with the brutalist kind of like architecture, those are some of my reference, which is kind of fun because I got most of these references from the one of my first 3D job, my first studio job in a small indie studio, and it was also a sci-fi game. That's why I applied to them, because I really liked what they were doing. And it's funny that I'm using those references as well. Okay, this is a little bit too repetitive, but once we have something symmetrical, I think that by adding boxes and adding little things that block the symmetry, it's kind of nice, because it does look like a symmetrical man-made structure, but then you have these super cool boxes with I forgot the word of this, some tarps on top, your typical kind of warehouse kind of thing. Yeah, the dash of this character is a little bit too superhero-like. I need to change that a little. She's able to actually fly with this dash ability. Nice. Just that makes the whole thing more interesting. Now we're gonna restrict the vision again by adding walls. It's kind of funny because it's a lot about restricting the player view. Okay, I'm gonna add this one. I could be doing this using the how do you call it, the box grid tool, which is super awesome, but I'm kind of like just making it like with boxes. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna add this one here. just super rough, not caring too much about snapping things properly. The most interesting thing will be to add the enemy patrolling path, and I do wanna have triggers. So, for example, when you walk to a specific area, enemies appear. And I think the coolest thing will be to have some kind of like mechs that you don't really want to fight. I mean, you just want to avoid them. So that adds a little bit of that alien isolation feeling where you just need to avoid aliens. Actually, talking about alien isolation, there's this part of the game where you get like a flamethrower and it kind of like you become a little bit untouchable. You can go faster and the game is way more forgiving, which kind of takes away the fun. To be honest, I was like, I'm not sure about this. But then you need to cut through like heavy metal walls, which also add a lot of suspense. I also have that like doors that require more time to open, so you are like very vulnerable. You are just exposing yourself to get hit. Alright, let's take this a little bit like this. Yeah, I really enjoy the process of blocking out. It's just like so loose, you don't really need to care about things. Just looking perfect. But it's super important because once you have something that works, you can just go into environment art and just replace all these props with proper, beautiful props and get into the little details, which is super awesome. Alright, so we got something here. Yeah, I want a little bit more of a metal music. That was a little bit too fast. Nice. So I guess now the idea is to come up with very interesting little sections, little rooms, and once I have that, I think I can break them into modular size modules, let's say, and then I can like reuse them and keep building with that. But for now, I think it's time to come up with some interesting stuff first. Oh. I miss doing this, to be honest. I've been focusing a lot on just making things look pretty, but it doesn't really matter until it's functional. I mean, if you're doing like a cinematic or some beautiful renders, it doesn't. You can just cheat a lot, but the functionality part of things, the optimization part of things, it's something that I'm finally getting into, and it's super exciting. It's like, oh, it looks beautiful, it works, it runs. It's like the next level. Because it's an interactive experience, and just makes it very, very interesting. Alright, we got this room here. I was playing the Forever Winter yesterday and I got into this mech trenches level, and it was a super scary level where there was like a factory filled with bodies and like super difficult enemies. I totally forget that the Forever Winter is a horror game. And yeah, it's super hard. But when you get with friends that know what they're doing and got some very good weapons, like it's super nice. I really like that. This is supposed to be hidden. Okay. Alright, so we got this very huge space. Okay, very nice, but it's not doing much because we need to again restrict the player, and we're gonna add more. We need to block the player view. That's what makes this kind of levels fun. So again, we're gonna add a little bit of verticality, a little bit of side catwalks, and a little bit of boxes like this. Shift click. Huh, it's already selected. Huh, oh, okay, I'm selecting this spline component. Okay, anyways. Yeah, thankfully I'm gonna get this traverse on everything soon, so I don't need to deal with those special boxes that allow the player to mantle and stuff. Alright, let's get something here. I guess I need to call my friend because it's starting to rain very heavy. Thunderstorm. Okay, I'm gonna send him a message. Yeah, I told him like, well, he was like, hey, I already left. I'm like, oh Jesus, okay, well, just be careful, and if you need to like stop to wait for the rain to get a little lighter, it's better. Okay, let's add some of these traversable boxes. I think we can even like get it like that. No, cero, ahí nada más le tengo que explicarle cómo cambiar la luz, usar los render settings y el Ultra Dynamic Sky, ahí también le explico cómo utilizarlo y eso sería. Eh, pero fijo, cualquier vara lo vemos mañana o tal vez hoy más tarde. Ahorita viene un compa, entonces a lo mejor mañana creo que sería un buen momento. En el peor de los casos le grabo un videito, pero lo que es la aplicación sí deberíamos de mandarla mañana. Ok, awesome. Oh, buggy. Yeah, it's that 10% for everything, right? Like if you're an artist or a coder or whatever, like the 90% it's like totally doable, but the thing that really makes something work is the last 10%, like making a game with the least amount of bugs and stuff. Wow, that's tough. Because the more I add and the more I play with this template, I start realizing all the little things that you really need to tweak and get right. Okay, this center thing, I guess I'm going to break it here. I'm gonna break it like this, and this one around here. So the idea is going to be to finish this level, this industrial area, and polish it. Meaning that all the mechanics and everything, and the enemies and everything works nice, and then I can keep expanding. Let's see. Something like that. I do like a lot of verticality, like just mantling and climbing on stuff, like being able to have different levels, different heights. That's super interesting. I could probably snap this to 100. Again, I'm falling a lot into symmetry. We need to see how can we break the symmetry. Like, it's nice to have a symmetrical structure, but then the props and the pipes and the little things is what helps break that and make it interesting. I'm helping one friend with he's applying for a Unreal Engine job here in Costa Rica, and I'm giving him a introduction to Unreal, because he's a 3D artist from the same university I graduated, but he hasn't used Unreal Engine before, and I'm giving him a little introduction. Okay, I think it would be very cool. Hey Chunk, yeah, I speak Spanish. It's my native language. I look like European because my parents are from Ukraine, but I was born here in Costa Rica, so Spanish is my native language. Let's see. Also, a super big inspiration for me. It's a Warhammer 40k. Oof, super awesome. Also, Gears of War, which I haven't played all of them, to be honest. I played only the last one. I think it was the Gears of War 3. But yeah, I really like that. Kinda need to sit down and make a list of my favorite games, and I really like this song. This song is gonna be the menu song, I guess. It reminds me of the Forever Winter soundtrack. Something like this. I do want to have some like heavy metal doom music for the battles and stuff. That's gonna be super interesting to see how to make the sound design. Okay, I guess this one needs to be a little bit more around there. Okay, nice. Now we are starting to get something more complex. I like this. Yeah, zero stress about getting things properly aligned. Just trying to make something interesting to walk around. Like this. And then we need to get the bunch of boxes and pipes and things that lock this as well. You want to give the player around two ways to walk around. If you give them 3 options, it's a little bit too much. It starts making things a little bit too confusing. And the 2 options you give the player, they need to converge. They need to end in the same position. Most games do that. You can have 3 options, but the first merges into the second, and the second merges into the third. So at the end, you end up in the same place. But you give the illusion of, oh, you have 3 choices to go around. I cannot see anything here. Awesome. Okay, so let's get some lighting here. Red light, we don't want to use it. Red light is going to be used only for the exit and the entrance. I don't want to confuse the player and tell him like, hey, there's another door here. No, there's no doors. Here's just light. And this light, I think, is going to be white. Your typical white light, attenuation radius. Now with mega lights, we can go a little bit more crazy. dark enough so you can see it, but something like that. It's kind of cool to leave like a little dark spot between the lights. It just really depends what you want to make, but yeah, the stealth system, I really want to work on that. So you're able to go stealth, but it's not like a perfect stealth. Like, if you get too close to an enemy, they still going to notice you. And definitely you're gonna move slower. Okay, probably we don't need that one. And let me see, we probably don't need the centerpiece, so it gives a little bit more space to look around. Yeah, it gives me a little bit of little window to shoot some enemies. Maybe I need to make them thinner to have a bigger window. Okay, okay, let's get this one. Let's push that one. Around here. Alright, we got the second floor. Now, how these two areas connect. Also, that's a little choke point. We don't want all of these areas to connect, so this requires you to go all the way through here. And we can probably also take that one out. This one connects. Might connect in the center. So we take that one out as well. Whatever, I'm just gonna stretch it. Okay. Okay, now it starts looking a little bit more messy. Something like this. I selected something that I didn't need to. Probably I could make a group from these ones. Pivot point is way down there, a little bit hard to see. Wait. Okay. Nice, let's get this one. Yeah, let's get that one aligned. Here. Also, the character jumps a lot, so this distance, I think, it's reachable. That's another thing I need to take in consideration, how much I want the character to be able to jump. The respawn point also, I think I need to make it like, if you die in a room, you respawn on the start of the room, because now it just kind of like respawns on top of the body, so it doesn't really make sense. Okay, we got this one. Okay, a couple more. Super high ceiling here. That will allow for cables to be hanging around and a lot of cool stuff. Okay, here. Oh, oops. Should I connect those together? Definitely don't want those. It's getting a little bit messy, but I like the fact that we are breaking the symmetry. And it starts looking more industrial, because I see like 4 big pillars holding the thing, and the rest is just asymmetrical. Something like that. Let's see. Okay. We need to add more ladders and more things like to be able to climb up. It would be awesome to make the AI be able to climb up. I can always put them in the catwalk in the second level, but making the AI be able to climb up, that would be awesome. I have this kind of like drone enemy which I'm working on. For now it's just like a regular enemy with a drone attached, but it doesn't have like the logic to be able to move from level to level. Okay. Again, this is too wide open. We need to restrict the player view. I really like things coming from the ceiling down. So you have like 2 levels in one. You have like the second level, it has like its own blocks, and then on the first level, on the first floor, you have a different things to go around. So I think trying just to use boxes and cylinders and like basic shapes, because I don't want to get now into adding cool props and stuff, because that really distracts. Distracts me from keeping things simple. Let's make this super short, like super short. Okay, 8. That blocks, and then 0.75, 0.75. A little smaller, 0.5. Yeah, I think that's kind of nice to block the view, and we can add some stuff like this. And then some kind of like I don't know. When I'm actually designing this thing, what I have in mind is a chipset, like a computer chip. That's what I kind of have in mind when I'm doing these things. I'm like, I think that I'm gonna use that as a reference, to be honest. It's very interesting. Imagine like a level where it's a huge chipset and you were walking around it, and it's been done absolutely. I think so. I haven't seen it, but I'm almost 100% sure that somebody has done that before. Really like these spaces where you can see through. Nice. We can also try to offset this by maybe 800 to give it like a diagonal look. Bloop. And it still gives me that window, but it makes things a little cooler. Nice. Then this could have a bunch of cables and pipes. I'm already thinking about like the details, and that's not what I need at all. And let's make it less boring. So let's say this one, it's going to be 1.5. Oh, that's too much. 1.2. Wait, did I miss the thing? Oh, I'm missing 1 0. Okay, that makes sense. So this is going to be 0.01. Oh my god, I need to go back to school. 0.09. There you go. A little bit longer. Okay, like this and this and this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 goes down. Like, is it called piston? Like in the engine, things that go, you know, the things that make the engine move. So if that's down, this one and this one go down to change it from the other. A little bit of variation here, so that looks more interesting. I like that. Nice. Alright, so this one starts down, so let's get this and this. And this, nope, this and that one. Go down. Nice. Now it restricts the player view a lot more. Okay, that's cool. We have this very wide open space that makes you look down, but I don't want the player to fall in there. So maybe we can add a bunch of pipes that go around. That could be nice. I think that might work. Let's see. Let's add a couple of boxes also. Yeah, I do like the idea of making things super traversable, meaning that you can go in many different directions. This box, no. I probably need to make a test level where I have the jump height, the cover height, the all the distances, and really adjust accordingly, because now the character movement is a little bit too exaggerated. It's a little bit too superhero-like. Like, for example, I can just dash my way around super quickly. So all these restrictions that I'm using, it doesn't really matter, because I can just jump from one side to the other. Like, she jumps too much. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit of a superhero, but that's not the idea. I want to make her like very, very weak and vulnerable. That's probably not how you pronounce that, but so you need to hide from enemies and really think what fights you want to pick. Because if you make it too overpowered, it's not that fun. Alright, let's see. It's kind of hard to find that nice balance between testing and like actually working, because you do need to test, but sometimes you just spend too much time playing around and you don't get things in place. I think a good balance might be like 80-20, where you place things, then you play a little bit, then you place things. But usually that's not very nice. This area here, we need to close it. Most of the time you get distracted by just playing, which is fine, because it makes it's also you how to say it, you know that the game is hypnotic in some kind of sense. Okay, here this is gonna be covered with pipes. Yeah, no need to be walking around here. Also, I want to add air ducts where you need to like crouch and move around. That would be awesome. So the rain stopped. Yeah, this area just gonna be pipes everywhere. Okay, cool. So kinda wanna go crazy with some pipes, to be honest, and make this look a little bit more interesting. Again, I'm gonna try to think about basic shapes. Not gonna add anything steady, like just pipes that will allow me to block some spaces. So what do we have here? Yeah, this project doesn't have all my props. Okay. Okay, those. Okay, nice. These are actually part of the same assets, so I think those are the ones I'm gonna use. We got these ones. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, well, definitely the scale is too crazy. Let's go with something simple like this. Just a cylinder. That's nice. Wanna make it smaller. Okay, perfect. So yeah, let's start with very big shapes, very big. Nothing too crazy. So here, okay, again, I want to check my traversable props and see what the distance is. I'm getting lost already, that's good. I need the traversable thing, which is around here. Cool. That's starting to look interesting. Okay, and with this thing, I wanna see if I can actually go up or down this thing, this pipe. So we got 1.18 meters. Okay, and then we got 2.25. So we need to use one of those. Can make it traversable here. We can also make it so we can go underneath, which I'm not sure what that distance is. Actually, let's test that. I'm not really sure what that will be. So for example here, let's go 1000, which is 1 meter. I know, I think I'm totally wrong. 100 centimeters is 1 meter. Okay, 2 meters. This character is around 2 meters tall, so I wanna see what's the height for crouching. Yep, she's 190, and crouching maybe 1 meter. So let's put it here and go down 1 meter. I believe she needs maybe 1.20 meters to go through. And with this, I will be able to start adding pipes and blocking spaces. Okay. Nope, she needs 120. I think that's 10 centimeters, I'm not sure. So let's try it. 1, 2. Uh-huh. 1, 2, 3. So 120 and 130. Let's see if she goes through 120. I think she might be able to. It will be cool to like go over some pipes and under some pipes. The thing is that the ledge that she grabs to, it's needs to be straight. So I'm not sure how it's going to look like. Nope, she doesn't like to go through 120, 130. Barely 130. We get this very ugly camera thing. Let's go 140. Well, the camera thing, it's okay. We can make a camera trick there so it doesn't go through. Also, when I get too close to walls, the camera goes behind her body, so I cannot see what I'm doing. You still get the camera thing. Yeah, so whatever. Let's keep it 130. Let's double check. Let's make a little box. This box is going to be 130 in height. And then I'm gonna make it an extrusion, which is gonna be 100. Is there a way to fixed 100? There you go. There, and I want to do another extrusion. This one is not gonna be fixed. This is going to be snapped to the floor. Okay. I'm just making this asset to remember that it's a 130. And the capsule of this character is a little bit wider than usual. Is she able to go through 1 meter? Okay, perfect. So this is the smallest space I guess she can go through. Yeah. Okay. Nice. So let's call this mesh a static mesh crouch height 130 centimeters, just to remember. And let's also add a little bit 1 meter wide. 1 meter wide. And let's add this to the content. Just keep it there so it's a little bit easier. I can also make a collection. I should probably use more of these collections. That's the smart way to do it. Alright, so 130. Now with this asset, we can define how tall this thing is going to be. Okay. So this needs to be okay. We got this Okay, so we can probably flip that to the other side. Cannot really see. Oh, I think forgot to put the music on repeat. Okay, so I think that's good. Okay. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna keep it somewhere here. Alright, nice. From this other side, I can also just crouch. And then I want to do the opposite. I want to use this pipe. The pivot point. It's a little bit down. Okay. I want to do the opposite. I want to see how tall I need to place this to be able to go up. But here we have a problem, because if you leave spaces like this, you might be telling the player you might be able to go through there, but you are actually not. Like invisible walls, I don't like them. That's just very annoying. So we want to match this thing right here. Okay. Probably need a straight pipe for this. Straight pipe, like oh, this is yeah, this is another kind of pipe. It's okay, I don't have my assets on this project. I'm not gonna migrate them right now. I'm just going to actually create a cylinder as a blockout mesh, radius small, and we're gonna match it exactly to this. $64, 3, 2, 62, maybe 60. I think that might work. Okay, cool. That's a little bit too long. So height. Okay. Nice. The thing with this is that I'm not sure if it works here. Let's try it. So here it's 1.18, 1.18 without the lock. Oh. Okay, let's just do it here. Okay. Yeah, it's not going to put the hands where it needs to, but okay. Let's try this one. We could make the surface a little different. So the animation looks a little bit nicer when it grabs the edge. But yeah, this bunch of pipes is gonna be way more interesting. Up? No. No, it doesn't like to grab on it. It means that this is too thin. It might work for thinner pipes. Okay. So okay. Something like that. Let's go here. Okay. And this one needs to be way taller, which no problem. Okay, let's test this out. I believe with the parkour on anything changes that I'm going to make, so it actually climbs on any static mesh with the proper collision channel, is going to still respect these heights. So I'm gonna just build based on these heights. Okay. Okay, there's something going on. Also, it has a double jump, so okay, that's interesting. Why is it not? Is this not allowing? Yeah, is it like tracing on the wrong collision? Let's go down like a little bit. It might be tracing in the wrong spot. Yeah, I need to see how to activate the tracing. Not sure if it like traces one in the floor and the other one on the next structure. Yeah, it seems that it traces one in the floor and the next one goes up. So kinda need to just put it right in there. Also, there's this thing that is coming pretty soon, where I will be able to hang from a surface, from a ledge, with one hand. That'll be very cool. Yeah, it does trace. It shoots one trace in the floor, and it goes to the ledge. and if there's any other collision in between, it won't. That's funny. That's the retargeter. It's funny. This is something I need to figure out. Haven't asked about this, but the retargeter works great. But if the camera goes away, you get very. It's camera based. It's funny. You see. So I don't know if I'm playing with somebody else. If I get away from them, it messes up the model. It's funny because it works only for weight blended, weight painted characters. Because if you use a robot, which is just like solid weights, when it comes to rigging, it doesn't happen. So that's kind of interesting. It might be some kind of, there might be an option, and maybe it's set up like this for performance, so you don't need to run the retargeter when it's not close enough, but the distance is just too close. Nice. Okay, so we can go underneath, we can go above. Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure about the double jump. Okay, cool. We figured out the distances. Okay, nice. Alright, I think it's time to keep blocking the player view. There could be a better way to do this. A little bit too open here. Maybe we can go smaller there. And I do like the same. Yeah, I imagine like some very cool props for these vertical things hanging from the ceiling. Something like here. But now I need to kind of like get these boxes and make them smaller, like okay, so 130. This is probably not. I'm not sure if this is one. .3? No, this is another scale. Let's see how that. big that is. Need to find out what's the perfect cover height. Very important. I think the perfect cover height might also be a 1.18. And also adds the traversable aspect to it. Yeah. It will be cool to add, like, you know, the thing where you can like shoot like while being covered. That could be very nice. Definitely. I have no clue to how to do that, but it might be a nice thing to ask the to the developer of the template. Okay, let's check. I want to add push it maybe here. Also with the weapons and stuff, I'm thinking what approach should I take with this? Should I make it more like a you kind of need to go around and find your weapons, and you run out of ammo and you need to keep changing weapons, or more like you kind of like build your weapons and just get ammo from enemies. Hey Zero, how's it going? Alright, so I think we are almost very close. We're very close to adding some enemies. Just wanna block the view a little bit more. Okay. Something like this. I want a bunch of pipes here so you can see, but you cannot fall down. Do I have? I think it's might be time to add some stuff. What is this? Yeah, I need to be careful with these ones because these are like industrial, kind of like outdoor pipes, and the scale definitely is meant to be way bigger. Oh, what happened? Oops. Yep. Oh, Jesus. Why is it going the other way? Wait, what? Okay, what's going on here? Oh, the scale of them, yes. It's, there you go. Something like this. That will be kind of cool. Just want to cover a little bit of that space. Which it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I think I can still fall through. Yeah, probably need to get the other ones that are like more like these ones, kind of like one next to the other. I do have a bunch of pipe assets, but I need to migrate them from my other project. I've been changing so many. Oh, it's snapping to scale, I see why. I've been upgrading the project version because I'm using a template and it's it's kind of funny. So every time I migrate, I only bring what I need, which is kind of nice to keep the project light. But every time I migrate the project, I update the project. It takes some time to set up what I had. Okay, I think that's probably enough, but I think you can still fall through. Oof, I was sitting in a wrong position. My knee. Damn it. Okay, let's see, what is this? Okay. Oh no, I fell down. Okay, cool. I fell down. Perfect. Big collisions. Enough to... we're just gonna make a box collision for this. No need to have complex collisions on this. Again, this is totally unnecessary. I'm adding detail where I don't need to. With the excuse of like, oh, let's just block that space. Wait, what happened? Nope. Oh, again, visual illusion. It was the other axis. Okay. Alright, we need more light. Just a little bit. So... let's see. Yeah, the hardest thing with lighting this up is gonna be like making these lights practical, like actually making them exist as a prop, so it makes sense where it actually is coming from. Because you don't want to have just floating lights that make no sense. You sometimes need to do that, but you need to be very, very careful. And most of the time, these invisible lights, they should not cast shadows, because when they cast shadows, it's like, huh, that looks very weird. Where it comes from. Also very cool just to like change intensity so they don't share the same value. 0.5, 0.3. I usually just go like this. I make them as low as possible, just enough so I can see. Well, this monitor, it's a little bit washed out, so it looks totally dark on my other one. Yeah, I'm gonna get a new new monitor pretty soon, so I have the proper color range. Kinda need to check with my other monitor. Nice. But yeah, I'm super happy to be finally working on some gameplay. Yeah, I got really distracted by just making a level that doesn't make sense. Like, it's like, I mean, I tested all the assets I wanted to use, and that's also important, and I did some builds and I tested a lot of things, but I forget that I'm trying to make a game. So the most important thing is to actually make something playable, and then focus on making things look nice. Okay. Whoop. So I think I'm gonna add some enemies. Oh, this light is moving very far away. Let's check this out. Okay, cool. Very big dark spot here. Here we're gonna have pipes anyways, because that's not walkable. Yeah, maybe light can go from these things. Alright, so now we have a bunch of spaces that are too opened, too wide open, and I don't want that. I want to have something blocking them, which is going to be this. I see this is a little bit too big for here, so we're gonna add it there. And here. see. And that's too much stuff, I think. This needs to block the player view here. And I think we need to get rid of this line. Just make it one. Makes more sense. Like this. I think I missed the scale of that one. Okay. Nice. Alright, we got this. When it comes to these boxes, I think it would be nice to we don't need to make them all traversable. Okay. So trying to fill in the space because it's a very big area. We don't want to leave it all just exposed. Okay, that's a little bit more interesting. So we need to kind of go around. Here, around there. Alright. What else? The same thing here. Wanna get these cylinders. Wanna push them around here. Kind of like this. Oh. And then we got a bunch of pipes. That's awesome. So here, okay. Wow, this space is huge. Like, damn. Let's go ultra. Weather, there you go, so we can see a little better. Wow, it's starting to look way more interesting. I got too much of this stuff going on around. Actually, let's get 4 big pillars in each of the corners to hold the structure. Is that actually? I cannot see. Can I still go around it? I think so. That's dark. Okay, we need a little. Light in the corner. Oh, I see. I messed up the thing here. Whatever. Even lighter. I mean, less intensity here. Like this. And this, I guess it could be a little bit smaller. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, what do we have here? Wait. Oh, okay, we got this wall here. So yeah, this needs to be. No, that's scale. Translate. There you go. Here, something like that. Kind of cool. Blocks this corner. You need to go around. All right. Let's see. Let's get this other one in this side. Yeah, I'm sorry. Music is too loud. I think I'm talking to too softly. I made it a little bit lower. When I get like too focused on the thing, I start talking a little bit softer. Need to project my voice a little better. Yeah, the music is a little bit too intense. I think I might change it for something more chill. Okay. Alright, well, that's a bunch of stuff. Put together. I'm thinking, should I keep it here? No, when it comes to doors, I do like to give that differentiation. So okay, there's the exit. Also, I like to add a the red light, so the player is like, okay, this is the exit. Okay, okay. Kind of like creating some kind of design rules for this. Also, the first floor is gonna always have the same texture. The second floor is always going to have catwalk. It's gonna be a catwalk, or have some other texture. So I want to respect that. This comes from Doom level design, where each level has each floor has its own texture, so you can easily understand in what floor are you. Let's bring that back up. And this is not traversable, so I think I can just add pipes in there. Okay, cool. Now it's time to... Okay, let's fill in the space a little bit more. And then we can play a little bit and modify a little bit, but first I need to restrict the player. Okay, we got this. Goes around here. Here is empty again. Empty again. What? Okay. Can I transform an X? And again, we don't really wanna make it symmetrical. I need to get more music like this track right here. This is what I can listen for a couple of hours. I do want to have some very intense metal for some fights, but I cannot listen that for more than an hour because it's just too much. Yeah, this is the vibe. This is the vibe I want. And also in games, you don't need to have music all the time. That just doesn't make sense. So I need some ambient, like some cool. Let's actually make this. When I put in these boxes, I'm just thinking about Metal Gear Solid 2, like the tanker. Like, really reminds me of that. Which I actually, I do have some previous level design I've made. Again, like gray boxing stuff that I might take advantage of for this project, to be honest. Definitely gonna modify it, but now that I think about a abandoned kind of like ship in the desert, it's kind of crazy. I've seen it before, like many times, but it could be instead of a water, ship, it could be some just sci-fi ship. I'm not grabbing things from the pivot, okay. Okay. One more to go, and I think we got most of it. I do like metal, but the one that like sounds like in the background and like it's a little bit slower. And some of this it's just too intense. Okay, this will be like yeah, there are a couple of songs that came out very good. Like all this music comes from Suno AI, and some of them came out very very nice. I have like a couple, like maybe 2 or 3 that are like, this is very good. But some of them are just too fast. Okay, let's see. Just doing a lot of zigzag. And also, actually, let's make this walkable as well. Yeah, can add some. Yeah, this is too much stuff. We need to simplify it. It's too noisy. But it would be awesome to walk around here as well. Like. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay. Up, I'm missing some stuff here. Right there. The problem is that the other music I got, it's super chill, like it's just a super contrast. Okay, okay, we are cool for the first floor. The second floor, we need pipes, a lot of pipes that will block the player view. And in between those pipes, I do like to have a... okay, we're missing some stuff here. Okay. So I'm gonna yeah, just get this for now. This is the vibe. A little bit slower. Yeah, that's the vibe. Okay. That's a space that I don't want. Let's block that. Yeah, let's close this gap right here. With a with a 2 option. That's do I have a light? Something like this. Oof, again, I'm missing stuff here. Wow, this is huge. Okay, little spot to hide something there. Yeah, this is the vibe. This for some enemy fights, that could be nice. Up. All right. So first floor. It's done. Super dark spot right there. And I just want to add some pipes, enemies, and test. Up, pipes for the second. Floor. Okay. We have a little spot here that doesn't make sense. Whatever. Okay. Nice. Diagonals. That adds so much more cool stuff. Well, I think player view it's very occluded now. I think. Okay, that's kind of cool. Oops, a little bit taller there. Yeah, let's just. Okay. Nice. Okay. Now it's time to add pipes and try to block a little bit in this area. So for that, let's get this one. Oh, can barely see. Yeah, I guess let's go like this. With a little bit more space in between. So if you have an enemy right there, you might have a window to shoot through, which is always nice. Okay, and here kind of wanna go a little bit more crazy and change things up a little. Okay. A little bit too much. Can you actually walk around there? Maybe not. Draw calls. Haven't checked that to be honest. I the most important thing for me is loading times. When I hit play and it takes just too much to play, too long to play, that's what really that's my biggest concern. I don't want my project to take forever to play. Um, I messed up my level instances and it was just taking forever. So in this new version, I've been importing my things, the things I built before, little by little, and it's been way more efficient. But yeah, let's see. Can I actually walk around there? I'm not sure. Okay, just gonna add more pipes, but this time horizontal pipes. Just to block a little bit. The view in the second floor. Yeah, and I separated the desert environment from the swamp environment into two levels just to make things a little bit easier when it comes to having like weather effects, skyboxes, and all that stuff. I think it's just gonna be way easier. So I was thinking to have this kind of. It will be nice to have a mission. You know, after you complete the missions in the desert, you build this teleporter, and it sends you to the swamp environment. And the swamp environment is gonna be way more challenging just because the amount of foliage and all that stuff. Definitely gonna be way more challenging. Okay, there's no need to go there. Okay. And oops. This needs to go somewhere here. Okay, I see. Somewhere here. Nice. I think we got enough there. Yeah, kinda funny to be placing this. All right, cool. I wanna get the other pipe. This one. Yeah, I'm not gonna align those pipes now, just wanna try to block a little bit. Thinking, what other ways can I block here? Okay, let's see. We got that there, this one here. Okay. Still missing some. Some stuff here. This could be a nice place for a huge cylinder going down. Mm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, it starts looking like a playground. um, Definitely a lot of obstacles. Okay, I guess I got enough. Yeah, basically. Yeah, the idea with this factory, I mean, this whole industrial area, is to uh, have some enemies that you can shoot and others that you need to hide from. I want to make it so you do need to hide from things. It's not only going to be like go shoot everything you can, but you do need to hide from stuff. That's why I want like darker areas, and I want to um, work on the stealth system, because now it's like you activate the stealth and enemies cannot see you, like you can walk in front of them. Use a grappler. I don't think. No, I don't think I'm gonna have a grappling hook, because our the character is already too what's the word, like it can like jump too much and dash too much, and like it's adding a grappling hook will be like, it will definitely change the whole level design, unless I make a grappling hook that works just in a specific areas, which I'm like, I think I got enough traversable, I mean enough parkour mechanics to kind of like do something fun. I don't really, I guess I don't need to have a grappling hook. There's already plenty of ways to get around. All right. Well, I think it's yeah. Wow, crazy bunch of stuff right here. That was interesting. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Okay. Okay, let's give it a run and then let's add some enemies. that's a big area, to be honest. Oh, it looks too dark. Wow, it does look too dark in the stream. Let me see if I can adjust that just by yeah, I think that looks a little better in the other monitor. Oh wow, minus, that's good, yeah, for now. It looks, yeah, this monitor is just super washed out, so everything looks bright. It's a super old monitor. I don't know why I keep using this one. Okay, no, that's only for the viewport. So I guess I need to just add a super quick post process of volume. And give it some exposure. Manual. Oh, what happened? I forgot how to do this. That will be very cool. I like that, like pulling enemies towards you. I do like that. I made it on bound. Usually that's the first thing I do, like go to infinite on bound. And then I go to exposure. We might have other things that are overriding this. Priority. There you go. Yeah, we had some stuff overriding this one. But yeah, when you have multiple post process, the priority thing, it's kind of hard to get right. Remember this project where I have like a cave, and then I had different areas, and I was not able to get these areas to work properly, so I just made it like not unbound, but just like based on the volume, and made like a transition to it. Okay, I think now we can see a little bit more. All right. That's we need to block that because it gives the idea that you can actually walk there, but not really. Okay, yeah, let's add some enemies. Okay, well, that's too much. We want to add these ones that I got here, but we want to add the medium one, which is the hard version of this. We could add these ones. These are robot ones. These ones are not optimized. I was learning how to do the skins and I messed up a little bit. So these are a little bit heavy. They're also very hard to shoot because they're very, very tiny, very kind of like thin, so there's not much. Even though that's not the hitbox, the hitbox is the same size, it's just that it's kind of hard to aim at. Oh, crap. Just need to make sure that these enemies are actually placed somewhere and not inside any box or something. These are very hard enemies. I think I won't make it. It would be nice to have. We need to add the nav mesh and the patrol thing so they can actually walk around. If we don't add the patrol blueprint, they just walk to the corner of the nav mesh, which is very fun. I'm gonna add a couple more because it's gonna be too intense. Oh, my friend is coming pretty soon. Let's see if we can get this. Make a little test before. Okay, cool. Do we have a nav mesh here? No, we don't. So we need to copy this little box over. Yeah, sorry for the exposure, is too much. I guess that covers the area. Okay, and finally we need some patrol blueprints, because if not they go a little crazy. I think this is the one. Yeah. I'm gonna make it very simple, just gonna add 4 of them. Kind of testing this out as well, because I'm not sure how they will react. If actually it goes, I'm not sure how this works, if it goes through the other meshes, but I want them to go through here. This is the most important thing, the little routes they're going to take. This will require a lot of testing and logic. I mean, yeah, just testing and I don't see where the thing is. Oh, okay, well. Is it? There you go. There's that's the little icon. Okay. I'm just gonna add another one here. Another one here. And let's add 2 more. So as long as I understand, they walk to the closest one, and then they take on that route. So yeah, I'm not sure if it goes through a wall, might cause issues. I think it's just going to get stuck in there. So I actually need to go and make it so it goes around the obstacles. But anyways. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna make it. Let's see. Wow, it's a little bit too bright, even in the other monitor. Oof, yeah, it's taking too long to load. I think those enemies are going to lag a little bit. Because I can go Alt-C and I become totally invisible. Like, this is ridiculous. Ah, they go around obstacles. Yes, yes. You see? Hey, come on, dude. Like, I'm here. Come on. Yep, you should. This stealth mode is like ultra stealth mode. Hey, Ninja, how's it going? I've been working on level design, trying to create some cool levels to shoot some enemies and stuff. Look at that bunch of stuff. No, I'm gonna get killed. I think I added too many of them. Yeah, I want the stealth mode to be, you know, more restrictive. I think I need to use a lot of grenades. Oh, and they are shooting through walls because I'm not using the right material, I guess. Also, the camera gets stuck behind the back. That's not nice. I'm almost died. Gonna cheat and go stealth mode, which is kind of funny. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go with another grenade. Also, there are cameras and stuff that will detect me, and there's an alarm. Oh, I can throw grenades in stealth mode? That's... Oh, Jesus, okay. Yeah, the melee attacks are just too strong. I think I don't want that. Like the bare hand melee attacks are just too much. I wanna make it so you can do melee attacks, but with some kind of weapon. But just bare hand just doesn't really make sense. Some enemies explode, so if you kill them uh, with melee, it's just going to to backfire. Oh, let's test the other floor. Yeah, this stealth mode is just too overpowered. Oh, that's too many. I wanna get them a grenade. Oh, for some reason, sometimes the grenade kind of like bugs out. I think so. Yeah, this issue where the camera gets stuck behind her back is just too rough. That's very annoying. That's probably the first thing I wanna change. I'm a 3D generalist. I work making 3D renders for vehicles, and this is just a passion project. I do use Unreal Engine in my office job, but this one is just a passion project. I trying to create some kind of like a fun kind of like a shooting game, a co-op. I'm using a template called the RPG Engine, which comes with a lot of functionality. They're shooting through the walls. What the hell is that? And I wanna make it so I'm inspiring myself a lot in the Forever Winter. So I do wanna. Okay, they got me. I added too many of them. I'm inspiring myself in the Forever Winter in the sense that I love the environments and the art and stuff, but I want to make it so you do need to hide from enemies. I don't want to go like Turbo or Rambo style and just kill everything and become a superhero. I want to make it more like a scavenger. You need to hide from things. That's not right. They're shooting through walls. Okay, that's a big issue. So I want to make some mechs that you need to get away from. There's no way you can beat them. You need to just go stealth. And I would love to make it so, for example, you can play with like two other friends, and maybe one of them could be like a melee tank, or somebody that can like have more health and armor, and you have the DPS, and another that is like a supporter that can like paralyze enemies and like heal the other friends. But yeah, that's kind of like, to be honest, the main goal of this is to make a kind of like beautiful environment and make it playable. Since I've been always making renders and like pretty pictures, and like I want to make something interactive. I basically just started using it by watching tutorials. I got this a job a while ago making 3D environments for a green screen during COVID. I got hired in this small, let's say, like in this small office, and they were doing a lot of live streams and a lot of like stuff like that, and they needed like digital backgrounds. So that's how I got into Unreal. They told me, hey, do you know how to use Unreal? We need to, you know, create some cool backgrounds and stuff, and that's how I first started. Basically, I learned Unreal in the job. Like, I was just looking at tutorials and trying to figure out stuff. I was doing very basic stuff like modifying pre-made environments. They were like, hey, can you change the lighting here? Can you change this prop? Can you make it look like this? Can you change the materials on that and this? And that's how I started. Then I finished university and I got an internship. Oh, okay, I think my friend came. Eso, David, por allá. Eso, bro, por allá. Ya llegó. Voy, ya. Ya le doy el número en casa. I'll be right back. Vamos a ver. La casa se llama. La E201. Dígale que es el cerebro de Daniel Minerito. Yo le di el. Ajá, de una marca. De todo. Man, qué raro, ¿no? No me acuerdo también. Debe fijarse para apuntar a la llegue, man. Oh, okay. All right, my friend is here. He's having some issues coming in. I think there's a new something happening with the guard or something. They have like they're asking for a security code or something that I'm not aware of. So I think I need to go get him in person. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.